If you ever had an anxiety attack, maybe some panic, or just really felt like you were unable to calm yourself down, you may have heard loved ones or other people telling you to just breathe. And the thing is that sometimes that sounds a little bit easier than it actually is. So today's video is going to go through some breathing techniques that I think could be really helpful for you. First, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie. I'm Long Island's eating disorder specialist. I post on this channel 3 times a week all about eating disorders, body image issues, and general mental health. So if any of that is interesting to you, please click the subscribe button down below. I also have a weekly blog and an Instagram. Feel free to check those out. I will leave those links in the description below. And if you found this video helpful or informative, inspiring, whatever the case may be, I would greatly appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up, because that helps other people to find my channel, and I'm hoping to be able to help them as well. Before I get on into this video, I want to just give a little bit of background as to why I think this video could be super helpful. I'm a therapist, so I deal a lot of times with people who are struggling with anxiety, with panic attacks, and those types of things. You know, just inability to calm themselves. And you don't even have to have a mental health disorder in order for these things to happen to you. We live in a culture that there's a lot of anxiety, there's a lot of stress, and sometimes we do need to just breathe. And so these techniques could be helpful for you. I would definitely recommend them as a proactive approach before you get to the point that you really are having a hard time breathing. So perhaps even a daily practice is picking one or more of these to do daily so that you could help to bring your stress level down a bit. Breathing is absolutely amazing for us, of course, obviously it keeps us alive, but it really is so powerful that when we're able to bring our focus back to our breath or just regulate our breathing, it can really do a world of wonders for our emotional state as well as our physiological state. I'm thinking about doing a video about what to do and how to bring down yourself if you are having a panic attack. So if that's something that you're interested in, please leave a comment down below for me so that I know that that's something to create for you. And also, I do want to mention that when it comes to breathing, this is not always for everyone. It might be really hard for you to start. I do think it could be helpful for everyone, but it's a matter of finding the right breathing technique, because sometimes when people refocus on their breath, they start to get anxiety about it. So if that is the case, take it slow. Maybe try to experiment with different breathing techniques. Maybe it's not for you, but I do hope that you are inclined to try to explore possibilities and that may be helpful for you. So today I'm going to go through 5 different breathing techniques, and then I'm going to give some bonus tips to add on to those practices at the end, so stick around for that. So the first one is focusing on your breath and deep breathing. Now this is the most basic, most common one, which is why I do want to put it in here, but I'm going to get into more specific ones afterwards. But this one is really great because sometimes you just don't really have the ability to focus and you are distracted or whatnot, but you do need to bring yourself calmer, to a calmer state. So what I mean by deep breathing and just focusing in on your breath is taking a minute and just closing your eyes and breathing in through your nose and feeling every bit of that. So feeling the breath coming through your nose, because believe it or not, there are sensations there. You just probably don't recognize them because it's so habitual that you don't really focus on it. But breathing through your nose and recognizing every sensation that you have during that process. Trying to hold it for a little bit and then slowly exhaling through your mouth and just really focusing in on all of those sensations. And set a timer for a minute. Of course, when the timer goes off, make sure it's not like a startling noise. Make sure it's like a yoga type of Chinese medicine type of inspired song or sound, whatever, because you don't obviously want to all of a sudden be taken out of that with like some blaring alarm sound. It's not going to be helpful whatsoever. My second breathing technique is called alternate nostril breathing. It basically is exactly what it sounds, but there is a method on how to do it. And it's really great because if you are able to, and maybe in a private area, maybe go to the bathroom to do this. And what it does is it uses alternate nostril breathing to start to just bring yourself more into a state of balance, you're using opposite sides of your body, obviously the right and the left, in order to bring you to more of a balanced state. So how you do this is you want to take your dominant hand and open it up in front of you. So I'm a lefty, but because I know that I'm a misfit in this world and most people are righties, I'm going to do it with my right hand. But if you're going to do it with if you're a lefty like me, then you would just do the same thing on the other side. You want to start by taking your hand, and this is my right hand, and taking your pointer and your middle finger and bringing it down. And of course, it's going to be a little hard. It's going to take some time to really get that down, but you're going to hold that down. And how you're going to start is by closing your right nostril and breathing in through your nose, your left nostril. Then you're going to take your ring finger and close off your left nostril and exhale through your right nostril. And then breathe again through your right nostril. Then you're going to alternate. Exhale through your left. Inhale through your left. So you're just going to keep doing that for like a minute or so, just to, again, synchronize yourself, bring yourself more to a state of balance. So how it works, again, just to sum it up, is take down your two fingers, your pointer and your middle finger. If you're really having a hard time with that movement, then just take down 3 fingers and use your pinky and your thumb instead. You alternate nostrils, breathing in, and then you want to exhale the breath that you just inhaled through your left nostril, and you're going to exhale it through the right nostril, if that makes sense. So just literally alternating, and you're going to inhale, exhale it through the opposite nostril, then inhale again, exhale it through the opposite nostril. And I hope that makes sense, because it does sound a little confusing. However, it's really not. This next one, we're going to use a candle. You can call it candle breathing if you would like, or don't blow out the flame breathing. So I would recommend, if you have a birthday candle, to use this. You don't have to. I have a shallow candle that I'm going to use today, because you may be afraid of the wax dripping, and that's me, so I don't want that to happen. First off, move your hair out of the way, because you definitely are going to have anxiety if your hair catches on fire. So I'm going to open up this candle, and you use a lighter, and obviously just, oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. I was afraid it ran out. Okay, then you're gonna light the flame and let it go. Okay. And you wanna hold it in front of your mouth. And this is going to help you control your breathing. So see, it says peace. Okay. You want to inhale through your nose. And then you're going to slowly exhale through your mouth. You want to make sure that you're blowing enough where it is moving the flame, but not blowing it out. So that does require regulation. So, okay. You see the flame is dancing. I think you might see that. So it's moving. It shows that I'm breathing. However, you don't want to blow it out. You want to do that again, at least for a minute. But this is really cool because it gives you a little bit of something to focus on also. So it's not necessarily your breath that you're focusing on the flame. So you want to stare at the flame, breathe in through your nose, breathe at the flame, slowly through your mouth. You want to exhale, not blowing out the flame, and do that for at least a minute. If you can, do it for longer, but it could really slow down your breathing and regulate your breathing, regulate your heart rate a bit more. And it's really, really helpful if you have anxiety. So you want to blow this out, make sure that you're not near a fire detector, or smoke detector. I definitely have set off multiple smoke detectors in my life, and I'm really hoping there's not any around. So you want to blow it out and make sure that either, I don't think you could close the flame on here. A lot of candles you can use a cap to blow to burn it out, but I don't think that's this. So I'm just gonna blow it out. Oh my gosh, oh my goodness, and cap the flame. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh my goodness. I hope there's not a fire detector in here. Okay, that was successful. I was really freaking out for a second, so that's not helpful for anxiety because I do not want the fire alarms to go off. I'm in my office building and I know that that would mean like everyone in the building would hate me. So the next technique that I have is calming jars. And if you saw my last video, definitely check it out because it does talk about or shows you how to create a calming jar. So this is a calming jar, and how you use it for breathing is you shake it up and then you let it just settle, let all the sparkles, gems, sequins, whatever's in it, settle while you watch it, and let everything just settle, breathing while it's doing that until every sparkle, you know, is at its place and it's not moving anymore. And you could shake it up more if you really need some extra breathing time. Really can help calm. The fifth technique that I'll share with you is my absolute favorite, and there's multiple reasons for it. It's because one, you don't need anything. You don't have to risk setting off smoke alarms. So that's definitely a positive in my book. And also is you could do it literally anywhere and no one will know that you're doing it. It's called the 5-7-8 technique. And what that means is that you inhale through your nose for a 5 count. So you're breathing and you're counting to 5 in your head. Slow, like 1, 2, 3, continue on. And then you hold your breath. So that means you're not releasing it for a count of 7 seconds. Again, you can count this in your head because that's going to be the easiest for you. And then once the 7 seconds is out or up, you want to start to slowly exhale. And again, that's going to be slow and steady exhale because it does actually take a little bit of time to get up to the 8 seconds. So you might feel like your breath will run out earlier, and that just means that you need to slow down your breath a little bit more, your exhale, or you need to take a deeper breath when you're inhaling. But practice makes perfect. So 5, 7, 8, and you want to do that repeated times until you start to feel yourself calm down. So let's do it together. Inhale through your nose for 5. Hold for 7. And exhale for 8. And you keep doing that, and that is an excellent way to regulate your breathing and your anxiety. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, here are some bonus tips that can really take this practice to the next level if it's stuff that you're into. So one, I would definitely recommend trying to visualize while you're doing this. Visualizing as it comes to breathing can be really amazing and powerful. So you want to think about a color symbol for positivity or whatever you're trying to get, like positivity or calmness or relief from some kind. You want to associate a color with it. So a lot of people like to associate like a white or like a clear type of color with that. So you're going to inhale that color, whatever you're looking to get, whatever you're associating with the positive. Maybe it's pink, whatever it is. Just imagine, close your eyes and imagine that you're inhaling that color. And you want to have a color associated with the negative or whatever you're trying to release. So whether that's anxiety, whether that's fear, whether that's stress. A lot of people usually choose darker colors like black or something. So you want to, while you're breathing, every time you're inhaling, you want to imagine that good color, that clear, pink, whatever. And when you exhale, you want to imagine that you are exhaling and you're visualizing that color coming out of you. So you're filling yourself up with positive and you are releasing the negative. So that's one bonus tip. Another bonus tip is to consider essential oil. So what I was using with that candle, it actually is a mix of essential oils that are meant for peace, which is why I showed that to you earlier. So you could use a candle if that's what you're going to do, or even if you're not using the candle specifically for that technique, to have the candle burning if you have time, definitely do that. Or just look into essential oils. I get my essential oils from Eden's Garden. I really love them, and they are the cheaper that I have found, and a lot of people really feel like they're more authentic. So definitely consider checking those out. But they have ones that are either synergy blends, which is meant for, they combine different essential oils that are supposed to help each other for whatever you're looking for. So whether that's happiness, peace, anxiety relief, calming, stress relief, they have all those types of blends. But you don't even have to get a blend. You could get certain essential oils which will help with that, like peppermint or bergamot or stuff like that, to help with whatever you're looking for. So you could absolutely add essential oils to your practice. The last bonus tip that I'm going to give you, and this is something that people have mixed feelings on. Some people feel it's very voodoo-y and other people really, really like it. So this is a tip for the people who do believe in the power of crystals. I definitely am, but I understand that some people aren't. So what I would recommend is adding crystals into this practice as well. Today I brought selenite, which is really helpful and calming, and clearing energy. At least that's what they say it's supposed to do, and amethyst, which is a calming crystal. You can also use like clear quartz. That's going to be helpful for you. I know black obsidian for some people. So really just figuring out what works for you and what you're really looking for. Of course, it's going to vary for every person. If you're looking for calming, then this is a really good combination in my opinion. But just adding that into your practice. However, if you already use crystals, you're probably a lot more well-versed than I am. So using it however you feel it's going to be helpful for you. But if not, just holding them in your hands or holding one in your hands while you are conducting your breathing practice, so that you can really try to you can use these as visualization tools. Sometimes I'll visualize, the black going into this crystal because it's a clearing crystal, as I said. So it can feel like you are really purifying whatever energy is within. So that's something helpful. If you don't believe in crystals, don't take that tip. But if you do, then maybe consider using them in your breathing practices, because I think that they could be truly helpful if you are into that. I hope that you found this video helpful and that you picked up some tips. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below about what technique you are going to try out, or if you already tried out one of these and what your experience is with it. You could click my face over here to subscribe to my channel, and I wish you relief on your journey to finding your state of balance, and I will see you in my next video.